Hello everybody, welcome back to Fanblade. I don't really know how to justify what's about to happen here, but I'm going to give it a shot. So, I buy a lot of bass guitars. Sometimes I buy them because I'm interested in sort of learning about sort of how it's made and how they sound. Sometimes they will fit a hole in my collection, sometimes I just want them for parts, and sometimes they're just so cheap that I can't say no. This has led me to have a lot of bass guitars, and about 10 months ago when I bought a double bass, I had to finally declare peak bass, no more. If I was going to buy any more, I had to institute a very, very strict one-in, one-out policy, which I've largely adhered to. It's worked quite well. In fact, the last couple of months I have been actively thinning the herd, as it were. So, I had a bit of money from those sales. Put that aside, that's my budget for buying more instruments, and I have a budget for buying more instruments anyway, so I sort of put that money in there and wait for good deals to come along. And mid-November, the price of yen versus the New Zealand dollar, it spiked. I bought a lot of yen. 2 weeks later, it spiked even further. And then all I had to do was wait for some instruments to turn up that I was interested in. And they finally turned up. I bought 5 bass guitars. Now, I am aware, acutely aware, that this is not the behaviour of a sane person. I don't really know how to justify this, but this is what's happened. Basically, what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to unbox all of these and give you a brief overview of what it is, why I bought it. We'll see how it plays straight out of the box, and that's it. That's basically a preview of what I'm going to be featuring on the channel for the next, the next few months probably. So, without further ado, we'll get stuck straight in, shall we? All of this packaging will get reused. I work for a company and we send our products out with quite a lot of this type of packaging, so there's no waste going to happen here at all. This is all going to get recycled. Warwick Fortress. Very nice. Not quite as light as I'd hoped it would be. This completes my trio of Warwicks. I have a Warwick Fortress rock bass. It's the older rock bass model with the dodgy hardware, and of course it's got 2 Jaz pickups. I also have a Corvette made in Germany, with the good like all the good German things on there, also 2 Jaz pickups. This is my first Warwick that is a 4-string and has a split coil in it. And it's the shape that I like. I like that shape. Neck's quite chunky, but you got to expect that from a Warwick. How does it sound? Right, fresh battery, active mode. Controls are very clicky. Both pickups EQ flat. Neck pickup. Bridge pickup. Bridge pickup's really quiet. Setup is excellent. Strings are weird. Right, next. Wow. How much tetanus would you like with your bass? All of it. Ooh. It's a Jaz Bass. It's a pretty dirty and rusty one. Needs a bit of a clean up, this thing. Brand is Photogenic, and that is, I believe they are made in Korea for the Japanese beginners market. So while they're not the highest quality, they are still sold into a market that appreciates quality for learners. So they're actually fairly well built. And I bought this one because it was stupid cheap. Like, we're talking like $35 New Zealand cheap. And have a look at the flame on that neck. Yeah. I've got plans for this one. This one basically is the fretted match for my other Jaz Bass, which is fretless. It's got a very similar vibe, and they will be a lovely pair just sitting in the collection for whenever I want to play a Jaz Bass, which is occasionally. Pickups are a mile away from the strings. Strings are a mile away from the fretboard. It's both pickups. Neck pickup. Bridge pickup. Right, that needs a full setup, a damn good clean, and I need a tetanus shot. Next. Yes. Now this one's quite interesting because we've got the original sales brochures. Oh yes, we're going to be running a lot of this through a lot of Google Translate. A detailed description of how the tuners work. That will be fascinating to investigate. Yes, is there more? Oh, there is. There's what's that? Oh, this will give you a clue as to what's actually in here. And the original adjusting tool. Right, I'll put these in a safe place. The case on this one is in pretty bad shape. It's covered in stickers. But the bass that I saw in the photos was remarkably clean, because the case did its job. It's a P-bass. It's a bright yellow, fresher personal bass. Yeah, really interested in this one. It's got some very cool features which I'll put to you in a video at some point. Note, maple fingerboard. I don't have a bass with a maple fingerboard. Well, I do now, but I never did before. I'm a little bit worried about the sticker. I don't generally like it when people put stickers on sort of white or light-coloured instruments because they tend to fade to yellow with time. But this one was originally yellow. So what I'm hoping, what I'm taking a bit of a gamble on, is that I'll be able to peel that off and there won't be any sunburn underneath there because the pigment should hold its colour. Let's find out. Looks like there might be some very slight fade under there, but given where it is underneath the strings and how slight it is, I think we've gotten away with that. I'll clean all that up properly. It's putting up a bit of a fight, but yes, this. Oh, I love a good P-bass. Let's hope this is one. I wonder how it sounds. The A string is in dire need of being set further down because it's rattling in the nut. It needs more of an angle back there. Aside from that, I can probably slip my little finger. Not quite. Yeah, this thing needs a full setup. Neck feels not bad. Neck's a little bit bigger than I prefer, but the finish on it's nice. Everything on it is nice. There's just a tiny few scratches. Cool bass. Wow, truss rod's probably never once been tightened. Right, we'll do some work to that. Next. This is an Aria Pro 2. I'm not sure what year it is. It's either 1980 or 2001. The serial numbers get a little bit squirrely at some points. It's stamped Made in Korea on the back of that. That's alright. The pickups, I believe, are aftermarket. I think the bridge may well be as well, so these are upgrades. It is short scale, and the reason I bought this one is because I like short scale basses, and I don't have anything that's got a Music Man pickup in it. I don't have any basses with these. In fact, my experience playing with these is extremely limited. So, yeah, this is a more than welcome addition to the collection. I'll be very, very keen to take this one out and see what it can do, because, to be honest, I don't even know what to expect. It's been modified, and, yeah, let's hope they've done a good job. We'll soon find out if they haven't. How does it sound? What we've got here is a case of one volume knob that's just spinning around, and that's not a loose pot, that's a dead pot. So what should that be? That should be, yeah, so that should be volume, tone, and there just ain't anything coming out of that. That's a dead pot. There's a little tiny little bit of volume coming out of everything else. Action is super low. Again, need a bit of work. I like it. It's nice and clean. Now, regular viewers will remember I bought and fell in love with a Fernandez Mockingbird copy. So, when it came time to choose a bass guitar, of course, I decided to choose something that was by Fernandez and something that was a ridiculous shape. Barely a scratch on it, a little bit of discoloration from sunshine and stuff. No sticker marks. I mean, it's so ridiculous. I cannot wait to spring this on the band. Wow. I should probably stick another string on this one, but this is a straight out the box test. These are weird strings. That's actually an EAD. There's been a B string on here at some point. Alright, neck pickup. That's overloading my preamp. Both pickups. Bridge pickup. I like it. I like it. Right. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this brief overview of what I've got coming up on the channel. Let me know in the comments which ones you want to see me working on first. I'm kind of leaning towards these two, only because I really want to take them out and play them live. I'd love to take this one out and play it. I've got plans for a video on this one, and basically I have two other Warwick basses, and I'm going to be doing a three-way shootout, so that's definitely coming up. And then these two, I mean, yeah, that's an unknown quantity, and this is going to need extensive work, so yeah, let me know what you want to see. let me know what you want to see. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, thank you very much for subscribing, and I'll be back, because there's plenty to show you. Cheers.